Reflections after the conversation. What the healing is teaching me about communication. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Healing Corner with Dimples D. Before we move forward to the next chapter of my story, I want to take a moment and reflect. This week, I shared episode of Real Talk with Friends. And while the conversation was about life, relationships, growth, and healing, the biggest lesson I learned was about communication. For most of my life, I believe that if I told my truth, people would understand. But healing is teaching me something different. Sometimes people are not hearing what we mean. They are hearing what we say. And there is a difference. As I continue this journey, I am realizing that many of the misunderstandings in my life may not have been about bad intentions. Sometimes they were about different perspectives. Sometimes they were about hurt. Sometimes they were about fear. And sometimes they were simply about communication. One of the things I am learning is that healing is not just about telling our story. Hearing is also about listening. Listening to understand, not just listening to respond. And if I'm being honest, there have been times when I wanted people to understand me without taking the time to understand them. The realization has been humbling. Because growth requires honesty. And healing requires grace. Grace for ourselves and grace for others. As I continue sharing my story, I want you to know this. The Healing Corner is not about blame. It is not about pointing fingers. And it's not about proving who was right or wrong. It's about healing. It's about growth. And it's about understanding. Because sometimes the greatest breakthrough comes when we get the answer, not when we get the answer, but when we finally ask the right questions. So today, I leave you with this. Is there someone you need to understand better? Is there a conversation you need to have differently? Is there a hurt that still needs healing? Take a moment and think about it. Thank you for walking this journey with me. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for allowing me the space to grow. And if you're enjoying these reflections, conversations, and life lessons, please subscribe to the Healing Corner with Dimples D on YouTube and follow the Healing Corner WhatsApp channel. One love, Dimples D. Healing, hope, and growth. Real stories, real people, real healing.